show you the true honor of a Zoider warrior. Don't hold back. Know your place. I am the spear of the Armada.
Let's roll for first player.
All right.
10 out of 7. Okay. I'm going to have it so let's stick with the A side of the map. And then, I'll drop the first structure. I'm going to deploy first and take the first turn, actually. For my starting zone, I'm going to pick the hex closest to me. The ShinŌkami.
You start.
Yep. So Arkan has a heart of 0, so by default in the very beginning, I'm just going to be picking power for me. So I'm going to gain 3 power tokens. Go straight into my control for my upkeep, and then I'm going to move on to the attack phase. And I'm going to immediately spend my movement. I only have 1 attack card in hand. I've got a cooldown 0 card of Wolf's Fang, which is very basic combo starter for ShinŌkami. I have a speed of 5 right now, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 onto this tier 1 structure here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just get elevated with combat advantage, dead center. And then I'm actually just going to end my turn there. And I'm going to, advance my cooldown meter.
At the start of my turn, I have 0 heart because my heart score is tied to the number of power tokens that I have in my control, and I have none. So I am instead going to take 2 power, and I'm going to immediately spend 1 to play Cover Shooter. So while activated, whenever you are in cover, add 1 defense die to your attack rolls, treating it as a 10-side attack die. And then I am going to move 1. I'm going to end my turn.
Okay. So for my upkeep, power again, I'm going to fill up my entire power token control. 6 tokens. And then upkeep is complete. Move to the attack phase. I'm actually going to activate Arkan's once per turn ability, so I can spend X power tokens to trigger gain X times 3 fighting spirit. So I'm going to immediately actually spend 3 of my power tokens to gain 9 fighting spirit. And then I'm going to move. I want to get up onto the skyscraper, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and keep that combat advantage. So right now, I'm going to spend 2 power tokens right now to activate Hunger of the Wolf. So Hunger of the Wolf says, while activated, if you start your turn with combat advantage, increase your speed by 2.
Alright, at the start of my turn, I am at heart 1, so I'm still going to take my 2 power. I'm just going to activate Sniper Gust, spend 1 power token to trigger gain boost until end of this turn. And then end up there.
Okay.
And I will end my turn.
Okay. Beginning my turn, getting power again. I'm going to activate Arkan's ability. So for this turn, I'm actually just going to spend 2 power tokens to go up by 6. So that's going to take me up to 15 fighting spirit. And before spending my movement, I'm actually going to play an attack. So I'm going to spend 4 fighting spirit, taking me down to 11, and I'm going to play Barrier Break. So it's range 1 to 5. It's a range attack, so it ignores elevation. It's going to give me 1 attack die.
I'm going to defend.
Okay. I am going to actually spend 2, and I'm going to add 2 power dice to my roll. So I got the high with an 11 and a 10, actually 2 10s, so I got 3 successes. I have no instants or abilities to play right now. Any responses?
I do not.
Okay, cool. It's going through. So it will do 2 damage to you. And then you lost your power token, which means I immediately get to create a barrier right here in the center of the map. So there's now a static barrier right in the middle.
And since I took damage, I will take my rage, which is 8.
I'm going to now spend my movement, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, and then drop down. You don't have to pay for descending elevation, so I'm right there. I'm actually going to play an instant. I'm going to spend 3, which is going to take me down to 8 from 11, and I'm going to play Aegis. which is just create another barrier. Any responses?
Nope.
Okay. So I'm going to drop a static barrier right between us, actually, between these two skyscrapers. I am going to spend 5. So it takes me down actually to 3 fighting spirit. And I'm going to play an attack. I'm going to play Burning Gate. So range attack, 1 to 5. 2 dice. 2 attack dice on the roll. If it hits, it'll inflict 5 damage, but it has the extra damage text of if there's a static barrier in the path of this attack, which there is now, can inflict an additional 3 damage.
2, 6, 5.
Okay, so responding with Gladius Rapid Fire. I don't actually have any instants to play at the moment either. Any responses?
So you're just rolling 2?
Rolling 2. And you actually get to roll 4 because you have combat advantage on me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just roll my 4.
Okay. 7 and 8. Which is actually good enough to get through right now.
Yep.
It's successful, so it's going to be doing 5, 6, 7, 8 damage because there's a barrier in the path of the attack. So, pretty big hit early on.
That would take.
And then I'm actually going to end my turn right there.
I think I'm going to take heart, because my heart right now is 3, because of my 3 power tokens. 1, 2, 3. So now I'm going to use 3 power tokens to activate Sniper's Perch. So while activated, whenever you have combat advantage, add 2 attack dice to your roll instead of 1. And then I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3 to play Eat Your Fill. If this attack is successful, trigger, you may play this attack for free against one new target once. So because of Sniper's Perch, I am rolling 2 for combat advantage and then 2 for the card. So I have 4 dice.
4 attack dice. So I'm actually going to be forced to just do defense right now. Yeah. So in a 3, you got 2 10s, a 5, and a 4. I don't have anything to stop that. So right now you have 2 successes. 2 damage. So it's going to take me down to 33. And then you can play it against one target instantly.
So I'm then going to play it against the building that you're standing on top of.
Okay. So, because targeting in Giga-Robo is treated as targeting the contents of a hex, whether it's a structure or a robot, you being able to play this again for free, I can technically respond. Mm-hmm. So I have to resolve the first one so I can gain my rage. So I will. I'll choose rage so I can go up to 8 fighting spirit. And then I'm going to let you do it. Let's see what happens. Okay. I actually want to hold on to my fighting spirit right now. I've got plans. So you don't even have to roll. It's just going to happen.
All right, so 4 dice, so 4 successes, so it's 4 damage.
Yeah, so the building will just automatically be destroyed. Oh, so high rise down. Let's find out what I'm falling into. Because the building was targeted directly, there's no collision. We're just going to resolve the destruction side, so it's going to create rubble directly underneath me. Got rubble underneath. While I'm on it, it boosts my defense by 1, but will cost 2 movement to exit off of.
Alright, and with that, I will end my turn.
Cool. So then, top of my turn, I'm going to choose power for my upkeep. Gain 3 power tokens. I'm going to spend my movement. I'm just going to go. It'll cost me 2 to exit. So just 1, 2 onto the static barrier. So when you're on a hex with a static barrier, you get a automatic cover advantage. It's 360-degree cover against your opponent. So all your attacks against me will be reduced by 1 die. But I'm actually just going to target the skyscraper directly. Mm-hmm. So Wolf's Claw will cost me 5 fighting spirit and has the requirement that it has to be played immediately after spending your movement, which I just did. So this is going to take me actually back down to 3.
I'm going to do defense.
Okay, cool. So 2 on 3. I am going to spend 1 power token.
All right.
To add a power die. So we got 11, a 9, and a 5. So first thing, we remove ties. 5s match up, but right now I've got 2 successes. My 11 and 9 are beating your 4 and your 3. I don't have any instants or abilities to play right now.
Neither do I.
Okay, let's resolve it. So it does force damage directly to the structure. So this skyscraper is destroyed, and we'll find out what you fall into.
Creates crater.
Cool. So now that you have a crater underneath you, you are at -1 elevation, which actually gives me combat advantage where I'm standing. I'm going to use my once per turn ability to spend X power tokens to gain X times 3 fighting spirit, and I'm just going to spend 1. So I'm going to go up to 6 fighting spirit, but then I'm actually just going to end my turn right there and go to cooldown.
Alright. At the start of my turn, I'm going to take my power, my last 2 power tokens, so I have 4 already assigned. I'm going to run away from you and try to get into some cover. I think I'm going to end my turn.
Okay.
These cards back.
So top of my turn for my upkeep, I'm going to choose power again. Go up to 4 power tokens. And then I'm going to spend my movement. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to just get right up above you. I'm going to use my pilot ability. I'm going to spend 1 power token to gain 3 fighting spirit. So going up to 9. I'm going to spend 3 fighting spirit, go back down to 6. I'm going to play Aegis. Any responses?
No.
Cool. So I'm going to create 1 barrier. It's going to be a static barrier, which I'm actually going to do right next to you. Right between those structures there. Because I've got combat advantage, it's going to be breaking your cover. I'm going to spend 4 fighting spirit. It's going to take me down to 2, and I'm going to play barrier break again. And normally rolls 1 attack die, but I got combat advantage, so it'll give me 2 on the roll.
Alright.
I am going to spend a power token to add an extra die.
Alright.
So 2, 3 9s. You are currently beating me with a 10, though. Yeah, it's a successful defense, so the damage is shrugged off. So barrier break is going to go to cooldown slot 2, and then I'm actually going to end my turn there and hold on to my meager fighting spirit at the moment.
Alright, at the start of my turn, I'm going to take my heart, which is 2 right now. Go up to 7. I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4. I will be playing Gladius Fire, Rapid Fire, Eat Your Fill. So I'm rolling 3 for Gladius Fire, 1 for the combo, and then because I have combat advantage, I'll be rolling an extra 2.
Yep.
And then...
okay, so I have 2 fighting spirit. So right now, I'm actually just going to choose defense.
And then I'm going to spend 2 power tokens to roll 2 additional dice.
Okay, so that triggers Zoider Supremacy. So whenever you spend, you add a power die to a roll, I get to gain a power token. So this was a 7. So I had an 8 and a 7 on a massive roll. So the 7s are removed from play as a tie. The 8s are removed from play. So right now that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
So both of these cards are damage per success.
Yeah.
So it's 12 damage.
That's nice and fat. And then also, because of Eat Your Fill, it's successful, so you can play it again against 1 new target. And I don't actually have any responses for that. I'm just going to take my rage. Down to 21 from 33. And because of the trigger on Eat Your Fill, you can immediately play that attack against a structure. So are you gonna blow up a building?
Well, now that you have full power, I don't know if I want to...
Well, you can just shoot a different structure. You don't have to shoot mine. If you just want to blow up something.
I feel like I need the cover, though.
I understand that that's a sound strategy, but I think we're having core philosophical differences. Because if I was you right now, I would just have, for no reason, just blown up a random building.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I
understand. You're being intelligent about it. I'm just saying, I just would have shot a building for the hell of it.
I could also just home run swing something, but I haven't done that yet. I will do that at some point. And I don't like how close I am to you, but I needed to get that close so I could pull off that attack. So I am going to end my turn.
So, in response to the end of your turn, I'm actually going to use Zoider Supremacy's power, and I'm going to immediately burn 3 power tokens to gain 9 fighting spirit. So that's going to take me up to 11. Because if my power token control was filled at the beginning of my turn, I couldn't gain any more. So now, during my upkeep, I'm going to do exactly that, is gain an additional 3 power tokens. So there's a lot of flexibility with spending that ability. We got some ideas. So you are adjacent to a static barrier.
Correct.
I'm going to use my Zordar Supremacy ability. I'm going to spend 3 power tokens, and I'm going to immediately gain 9 Fighting Spirit, which is actually going to take me up to my max of 20. I'm going to spend 10 of it, and I'm going to play Banish Gate. Banish Gate is very expensive, but a range attack, 1 to 2 hexes. It's going to give me 3 attack dice, and if it's successful, I'll deal 4 damage to you, and then I can basically, if you're within range of a static barrier, which you are right now, I can throw you up to 2 hexes away from any other static barrier on the map. So there's actually 2 other points that if I want you, I can basically suck you into that one barrier and vomit you out of any of the other ones into a structure. So any responses?
I am going to defend.
Okay. I am going to play an instant. I'm going to play Core Strike. Like all of Arkan's instants, you have to actually use power tokens instead of Fighting Spirit to play them. And the text reads, add 1 power die to your attack roll. Then X equals the lowest die result from your opponent's attack or defense roll. If my next attack is successful, I get to inflict an additional X damage. So I'm going to spend an additional power token to add 1 more power die to my roll. Right. So 5 dice on 3 defense dice. Okay, well, I've got 2 10s, an 8, a 7, and a 3, and you also have 2 10s, so they're all actually going to tie out. And you have 1 remaining, so right now that leaves me with 3 successes, an 8, a 3, and a 7 over 1. So right now my attack is successful. So the total amount of damage inflicted from the attack is going to be 5. Mm-hmm. But now for the fun part, I am going to suck you right into this barrier, and I'm going to actually fire you out of this one, and then get to throw you up to 2 hexes away. And I'm going to throw you right there through this skyscraper.
All right.
Let's find out what you collide with.
Explosion! As the structure crumbles beneath your robot's weight, something detonates, sending a massive shockwave in all directions. Tier 2, I receive 2 additional damage.
Because it's a Tier 2 structure, it's plus 2 damage on top of that.
Take my rage of 8.
Then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 on top of this skyscraper. And then I'm going to end my turn.
At the start of my turn, I'm going to take power. I'm going to pay 2 to play Zeiston Home Run Swing on the building that you are standing on top of.
Okay. I'm actually going to respond with an instant. So I'm going to spend 3 Fighting Spirit, take me down to 7. And I am going to play Aegis to create another barrier. Dropping a static barrier, I'm actually going to put it right next to this other one. So, right adjacent to you. Well, I got a defense of 2. Try to see if I can stop you from knocking down the structure.
All right.
So, 2 and a 5 and a 3. So right now I've got the high roll. Any responses?
No.
Okay. Successfully blocked. Then for my upkeep, I am going to gain power again. I'm going to play Soldier's Folly. So I must spend 4 power tokens to use it. If it resolves, while this card is activated in my cooldown meter, my heart equals your rage. So while it's there, I'll actually have a heart of 8.
I'm going to pay 1 Fighting Spirit to play Blind Fire. Cancel your opponent's instant, gain 2 panic.
I actually did not put any instant killers in my hand for this game. There is one that I have for ShinŌkami that I was really debating on, which would allow me to burn a adjacent static barrier. But I didn't throw it in because I was thinking that, I wanted to keep all the barriers up as much as possible. But instead, I'm just going to lose all my power. And this is not going to resolve.
So it goes take
deactivated.
2 panic into my cooldown meter.
Yep. Going to try to actually use Barrier Break against you one more time. So it's going to take me down from 7 to 3.
Pay 2 to play Gladius Fire.
So this is
I have
straight through.
2 power tokens and I'm not using any.
So that 12 is going to obliterate my 3, as will your 4. So right now you've got 2 successes. My 3 is intersecting and beating out your 2. It reduces me to 19 armor. I am going to choose power and gain 3 power tokens right directly into my control. Then I'm just going to end my turn, because I'm kind of in a rough spot. I'm going to advance my cooldown, and top of the turn is yours.
Alright, I'm going to gain heart. 2. I'm at 7 fighting spirit. I'm just going to end the turn.
Okay. For my upkeep, I'm going to gain power once again, going up to 6. And then I'm going to burn 4 tokens right now for my ability, so I can gain 12 fighting spirits. Those will bring me up to 15. And I'm actually going to move right next to you, right adjacent to the structure. In this case, I'm actually going to try to destroy the structure myself. I'm going to use Wolf's Claw again. It's going to bring me down to 10.
And I will just naturally defend.
Okay. I'm going to spend 1 power token, then extra power die to my roll. Any responses?
I'm just going to defend. Yeah.
Okay. Sure you don't want extra power die?
No.
Okay, so my 12 and my 8 are successful. They're going to beat out your 2 5s and 1, but your 2 5s are all going to beat out my remaining 2. So right now I'm left with 2 successes. If I had targeted you with this, I could push you 1 hex per success, but right now I'm just slapping the building down. So let's see what you drop into.
Destruction. I create rubble. Actually, it's not the worst thing.
It really isn't with how defensive Singh is. Being able to pad out like a massive amount of defense dice is actually a really huge advantage. So this is going to resolve, go to 2. Didn't do any damage to you, so there's no rage or power. But now that you're down here next to me, I am going to actually use a combo. Dark Fang and Red Fang. You're adjacent, they're both within range. All of these 2 Fang attacks for ShinŌkami both inflict damage per success, and then specifically they'll inflict 1 panic and 1 fire. You already have the 2 panic, so I'm now hoping to bog you down a little bit. So right now, as a combo, it'll give me 2 dice for Dark Fang, plus 1 additional die for the other card in the combo. So right now I'm rolling 3 dice. Any responses?
Just gonna play a little baseball.
Baseball.
Sliced in home run swing for 1, 2. So this is 1 die. 3 fighting spirit to play perfect defense. You may add your robot's defense dice to your attack roll, treating each one as a 10-sided attack die.
Okay.
So my defense right now is 1 for Ascalon, plus 2 for Singh, and then plus another 1 for being on rubble.
I'm just going to stick with my d12s, actually.
All right.
I know it's for success. This is actually not a very good chance, but I got plans. So that 12 will beat all of my plans into the dirt, as will your remaining dice, because I actually have 2 9s, so 9s are going to tie out. So right now you're left with 1 success, but that is enough to smack me in the face with the butt of your rifle. Yep. So no, that's just going to resolve. I have no responses. I'm assuming you have no responses on top. Okay. Doing 3 damage to the dome. I'm going to gain power this time. That's my MO. Both of these are going to go to my cooldown meter in slot 2.
We are now tied in armor.
We are tied in armor. I'm just going to end my turn, advance my cooldown meter, and then top of the turn is yours.
All I can do is take heart, but I have panic, so I don't take anything. I'm going to leap up to that skyscraper. I have to end my turn because I can't do anything without fighting spirit.
In response to the end of your turn, I'm going to use Zoider Supremacy. I'm going to burn off all of my power tokens to gain another 12. It's going to take me up to 14. Then, for my upkeep, gaining power once again. So 3 tokens into my control. I'm going to spend another 3 Fighting Spirit. Take me down to 11. I'm going to play Aegis again. Any responses? Just going to spam out a static barrier. Just put it right there. I'm going to play Terroch's Control. I have to spend 2 power tokens to play the card. I get to return 1 card from my cooldown meter to my hand. you didn't guess already, I'm taking Aegis back into my hand. Terroch's control goes to cooldown meter 3. I'm going to spend 3 Fighting Spirit and spam Aegis again. I'm going to drop it right there. So what you can do is actually deactivate an ability during my turn in response to free up those power tokens.
I still want this one, and I don't need that one. But
Gotcha.
I will take Heart, but I don't get any because of Panic. And I'm going to GTFO. Because I do not like all those barriers that are around there.
Response to end of your turn. I'm going to spend a power token for Zoider Supremacy and gain 3 Fighting Spirit. And then those Panic are finally off of you.
Yes.
Welcome back to the game.
Yes.
For my upkeep, 3 power tokens again. I'm going to spend my movement. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to get on this high rise right in the middle. I'm going to burn all of my power again to gain 9. So that's going to take me up to 20, which is my max. Then I'm going to end my turn.
Starting my turn, I'm going to gain 2 Fighting Spirit. And I'm going to pay 4.
So now the next attack I hit you with will be, the damage will be reduced by 3 and then the barrier will go away.
I'm going to end my turn.
In response to the end of your turn, I'm going to spend 3 Fighting Spirit. It's going to take me down to 17. I'm going to play Aegis again. Pop out another barrier. I'm going to use my Zoider Supremacy power again. Spend a power token, gain 3. 1, 2, 3. Go back up to 20. So right now we are sitting with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 static barriers on the map. I'm going to go ahead and drop down to 0 Fighting Spirit. And I'm going to drop my ultimate, which is Apocalypse Gate. It costs 20 Fighting Spirit. It has a range of 1 to 11. It's going to give me 5 dice. And then specifically, X equals the amount of static barriers on the map. Destroy every static barrier, then gain 1 panic for each barrier destroyed. So, if I hit with this, it will explode you. Mm-hmm. If I fail, I'm going to be choking to death under panic. I'm just going to be full anxiety, unable to gain any fighting spirit. It'll just be, like, impossible. But, you know, hopefully this will actually just go through. So, any responses?
I only have 3 defense dice.
3 defense. Rolling a total of all of my attack dice, all 6, plus the 2 power, getting that extra attack die for combat advantage.
Alright.
An 11, an 8, a 7, a 6, a 4, a 3, and 2 1s. You've got a 10, an 8, and a 5. So the only thing winning in this situation is my 11 over your 10. Otherwise, you are reducing all of the other successes of the attack. But all this needs is 1.
Yes.
Do you have any responses?
Nope.
Okay, so then playing it through, it's going to destroy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 barriers. Your static barrier, or your activated barrier, will soak up 3 damage. 3, so 18. Which I think is just enough to destroy.
Oh, yeah. Super dead.
Super dead. 1 by 1 die. But yeah, good game.